Hi guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. This is Amalia from Crafty Dreams Studios. Today we are going to be working on one of my favorite transfers. This little saying is dear and near to my heart, and I'm so excited about getting this done today. I'm using a board that I've already painted to simulate the night sky. And then we're going to be working with the I Love You to the Moon and Back transfer. Now, this is a multi-layer transfer, and we're going to be using Chalkology paste in lemon. That's going to be for the stars. We're going to be using Chalkology paste in red, which is going to be for the rocket ship. And then we're going to be using Chalkology paste in white, which is going to be for the I Love You to the Moon and Back, as well as the little smoke from the engine. Okay, let's get started. So let me get the ones I'm not going to be using right now out of the way. I'm going to start with our Chalkology paste in red because I'm going to do the rocket or the spaceship first. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a layering stamp set. Let me get this out of the way. Here we go. And you know, we always start off with our first step, which is to go ahead and, here we go. We're going to fuzz up our transfer. Okay. Now I'm going to center this on my board here. I want about the same amount of space on both sides. Okay, let me see. I'm going to lift that up. I think I want to move it over a little to my left. Okay. And when you fuzz it up really well, and then you just gently place it on top, it's very easy to move. And then I'm not going to press down until I know exactly where I want it. You know what? That looks really good to me. Okay. So now I'm going to press down. Now, like I said, this is a layering stamp set. So the first thing I'm going to do is just the rocket ship, because I'm using different colors. If I were to do, let's say, the stars in yellow on both sides, then I went and I did my rocket ship in red. By the time I got done, some of my paste would have already dried on the transfer, and we don't want that because then it will not adhere well to your surface, whatever it is that you're using to chalk on. So we're just going to do one step at a time, and that's one of the things that I love about Chalk Couture. If you just have, you know, a few minutes here and a few minutes there, you can still complete a project without any trouble, because you can do one piece, walk away, and then come back and finish it up. Okay, so I'm going to stir up my paste. I'm going to do it over here to the side so that I don't accidentally spill any where I don't want any. Okay, but just going to show you, I'm just stirring my red. Okay, and then until I get a nice smooth consistency. Now, if I had wanted to, I could have started with the stars first, done that, and then done, you know, the rocket ship. It just depends whatever step you want to do first. I'm going to go ahead and just do the spaceship first. And I'm putting a little bit of water in my paste to get the right consistency. And see, I'm just stirring. And here we go. Oh, see that? That looks good. That's a good consistency. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be using my angle squeegee, which I love the squeegee for the larger jobs. It is wide enough that you can go all the way, but it's still, because of the little angle, you can get in on the little tire spaces. Okay, here we go. Make sure my hands are clean because I don't want to get it anywhere where I don't want it. And it's this easy. You just go down with the chalk paste, making sure you're hitting all the areas you want to hit. And making sure to get that little wing there. Here, I'm going to make sure that I don't get it on the little area where I guess the exhaust comes out. Guess that's what we'll call it. Doing a little bit of cleanup as I go. Now this area right here is a little close. So I'm going to be using this small squeegee that I have cut in half to get into those areas. Plus it helps with cleanup. And cleanup simply means removing the extra paste that you do not need off your transfer. Now here, I want to make sure just to go up to that very edge. I don't know if you could see that. I'll show you. Right there. Perfect. Perfect. Just doing cleanup. Picking up the extra paste. Sticking it back in the jar. That way I have zero waste. Okay. And let's do one more. Just taking off the extra paste. Awesome, there we go. All right, now let's do the reveal. Oh, look at that rocket ship. I love it. That came out fantastic. Okay, and now I do have a container of water over here to the side where I'm going to stick my transfer. Okay, let's get that off. Oh, look at that. Beautiful red rocket ship. Okay, so now we are going to let this dry completely, and then we're going to come back and finish off these stars and the moon and the little smoke at the bottom. Be right back. My rocket ship is completely dry, and I've already fuzzed up my transfer. So now all I have to do is put it back on, and it's so easy to line up. So I just have to find that spot and line it back up. That's also a really neat thing that I love about our transfers, is that they're very easy to line up again. Because you can see exactly where they need to go. And then you just line it up. And now I'm going to smooth it out completely because I will be doing the bottom part right here, which is the, I guess you would say, the exhaust. So I want to make sure that's nice and smooth. I'm going to be doing the stars and the moon. So I want really good contact. And then these stars right here. All right, perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the pull as you go method. So I'm going to start with this part down here, and then I'm going to pull it up. Then I'll do the stars on this side, pull it up, stars on this side, and then actually I'll do the moon and then the stars and finish pulling it up. Because I'm going to do something a little special with the moon, and I will let you guys know as I get there. For this little part right here, I'm going to be kind of getting like a marble effect. I'm going to take a little bit of my white paste and a little bit less of my gray paste, which is this one, and this is our elephant gray. It's a beautiful color. Because exhaust isn't plain white, so I'm just going to put some white down, and then I'm going to put a little bit of gray down. That looks pretty good. And then whatever I have left is what I'll take up into these lines. Okay, let me put these down. And then I'm going to take this squeegee to just push them all together. And then it'll be easy to see if I have the right combination of gray and white, or if I need to add more gray, or if I need to add more white. And taking it up. I can actually also push it up with the edge of my squeegee to make sure that I don't go past the point I need to. Now I'm just pulling down, taking off the extra. And then this I will not put back in my jars because obviously it's mixed, so it's no longer a straight color. So let's pull up. Oh, that looks really good, guys. Take a look at that. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it this way. Okay. To make sure it's still in frame for you. And I'm taking a half of a squeegee, and now I'm going to do these, which is my yellow. And this color is called lemon yellow. And then I'm just going to remove the excess. And this is what I like to call my cleanup, because I'm just picking up the extra. And then it can go right back in the jar. So now I'm going to lift this up. Oh, look at those stars. They're beautiful. See, and the advantage of doing the pull as you go is that your paste doesn't dry on your transfer as you're working on the other pieces. Okay, now, this is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to use our Couture Ink and our Chalkology paste. A little disclaimer here. It is not recommended that you mix your paste and your inks because they're not meant to work together. You know, they each have their own formula and their own consistency, but I wanted my moon to have a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to mix them together. I'm going to be a rebel. Like I said, this is not recommended, but I'm going to be a rebel and I'm going to mix. And I'm just going to mix a little bit because obviously it's not something that I'm going to store and reuse. So I'm going to take some of my silver. And look, I'm just going to do it right here on this squeegee. Make sure I'm in frame. And then take some of my white. And actually, I don't need that much. Some of my white, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to mix them together. Yep, I'm a rebel. That's my middle name. So if you want to do this, like, you know, it is completely up to you. Like I said, it's not recommended because they have their different consistency, they're a different formula, they're meant to work differently. But I wanted a little sparkle in my moon, you know, like a silver moon. And so I'm using the Shimmer Silver ink mixed with the white Chalkology paste. There we go. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to move this out of the way completely. And I'm going to lift. Oh, look at that. I love the way that came out. So if you want to be a rebel, you can be a rebel too. So now I'm going to push that down right there. I'm going to do that part first so that I can completely lift. There's just one little star right there. It's so easy to do, and then I do cleanup. Then I'm going to do this over here. Now this is the paste, the yellow is, the lemon yellow is paste. So if I get somewhere I don't want it, I can just clean it up with water. All right, now I'm gonna lift that up. Remember, this is the pull as you go method. And trust me, it is not as hard as it looks. And there we go. Finish pulling it off. Beautiful. I love it. Oh, and I love how that silver and white just gave the moon the perfect coloring. Now I'm taking my transfer, and I have a container of water that I'm going to place it in to keep it wet while I finish up. And so take a look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. Okay, next thing, I am going to go ahead and close up some of my pastes that I'm no longer using. Because trust me, I will get messy. I will stick my finger in it. I will stick my hand in it. Messes will happen. So I'm just cleaning this up. And as part of the transfer, you have this other little piece right here which has more stars so that you can embellish and add more stars and fill up the night sky. Now I will be doing that, but first I want to go ahead and do the I love you to the moon and back. Now this was made to go, really you can put it anywhere you want, but it also fits right on top of that. Right on top of here. So this is where I'm going to put it. And what's great about this transfer is that even though I have other things that are wet, it doesn't touch them. So I can go ahead and do this now. Now all I have to do is get it where I want it. And actually I need to move it up a little. And I will be doing it in white because since it's a red rocket ship, white will really pop on it. You guys know I love my white. Move that over just a smidge. Oops. Okay, it's a little crooked. Let me get that. Oh, there we go. Think I got it. Yes, perfect. Okay, now I'm just going to press down, making sure the area around the letters is nice and smooth. And I'm going to be using my white. I'm going to mix, make sure it's still the right consistency. And it is. Then I'm going to take my white and just cover my letters. It's that easy. And I'm doing them all in white, but if you wanted to do, you know, part of the letters a certain color, you could definitely do that. You know, use 2, 3 different colors. You can totally customize this to any way that you want. It's completely up to you. Okay. And I'm going to use this to help with the cleanup, which is just removing the extra paste. All right, here we go. I'm just being careful because my yellow stars are still wet. All right, I got it. Ooh, look at that. I love you to the moon and back. Ah, perfect. I love it. Okay, putting my transfer in water. And now you can just fill in the rest of the board with more stars. And you can place the stars wherever you want. Let me get rid of my white so that I don't fumble that. Let me get my yellow. And I'll show you how this works. Now you will have to clean your transfer in between. So you can do one, clean your transfer, and then add some more. You can add as many stars as you want. This is so fast and easy. And this would make a great gift if you know somebody who is having a baby. This is a wonderful nursery gift. And then I just lift. Ta-da! I have more stars. And you can fill up the entire board with as many stars as you want. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe if you haven't and hit the little bell icon so that you will be notified when I upload other videos. And have a great day or night wherever you're at. Thanks for watching.